Check, check. This is the first time I've actually spoken into this microphone. Hello. Hello.
This is...
Wait, we gotta shut that door.
This is Forward for Thought, and guess what the subject is? Fathers.
Oh!
Fathers, and like Father's Day, so that's why I have Heidi here.
I am here because I am not his father. That's why I am here. What do we do with the father? We kicked him out.
Yeah.
Kicked him out. Because we're gonna say all sorts of nice things about fathers, huh?
Yep.
All right, Ford, what are we gonna talk about today?
What did you get him?
What did I get your dad for
Yeah.
Father's Day? So most importantly, I gave him my friendship and my my companionship is what I gave him.
Then why did I go to Arizona and then I saw a giant green box?
Oh, the green box.
Yes.
Oh, the green box. So do you know what the green box was?
What?
It was Cash's PS5 that I was hiding from you, but I did get your dad a present. But that was so that you wouldn't spill the secret to Cash.
I'm still too brilliant, even though my dad said Cash is getting a PS5. We probably should get him some games for the gift, and then I've decided no,
Not to do it.
not to do it. Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. Because now, you know, we have the next birthday and we have Christmas and all of the fun things.
Yep.
So what I actually did get your dad is I got him, he loves, what does your dad love the most?
You.
Oh, but above me, what does he love more than me?
Me.
Yeah. Your dad loves you and Noah and Jackson and Sawyer more than anything. And so I got him a picture that he really loves. I had an artist draw it and color it in. It's one of his favorite artists and I have it framed and I'm gonna be giving it to him when it comes in. So that's what I got. Because for him, the things that mean the most are things that have to do with the people that mean the most to him, like you. There's nothing I could buy. We gotta make stuff for guys that are, he's a little bit mushy. He's got a heart, you know? Does your dad cry a lot?
No.
No?
I've never seen him cry in my entire life.
You've never seen him cry?
Well, I think he like a little bit teared up when he admitted to us that my parents were getting divorced.
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't like sobbing. It was
Yeah.
just like tearing up in the eyes.
Yeah, because he cares about your family most importantly, and he cares about being the best dad most importantly. What, can I ask a question? I know this is Forward for Thought. What is your favorite thing about your dad?
I would have to say he says he's gonna do something, but then an hour later I realized he didn't do a single thing.
Oh, that's your favorite thing about your dad? Are we talking about your favorite or your least favorite thing about your dad?
My funniest.
Oh, the funniest. We're talking about the funniest. So give me an example.
So for the last
We're going Indian style.
For the last Forward for Thought, I thought he said it was going to be uploaded tomorrow or last night.
And
then,
we're still here.
And then we're still here.
We're still
it's
here.
Not on YouTube.
We're filming the second episode. You know,
Yeah.
I think it's probably delays in production and the team behind him. Because your dad does what he says he's gonna do when he says he's gonna do it. He does. Okay, what is your favorite quality about your dad?
Whenever I tell him a joke, he laughs.
Oh, do you know why?
Because he loves me.
And because you are funny.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
who? Like your dad. Is your dad funny? I think he's funny.
He also his girlfriend who supports him in life.
I do. I do.
Name one funny joke he's told you.
One funny joke that your dad has told me.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wah, wah, wah. Dave, we're sorry. We're sorry. We can't name one funny joke, but he has me laughing all the time. Is it just because I'm his girlfriend?
Yes. There's literally no other explanation.
You've never heard your dad tell a funny joke?
Well, I mean, I've heard him tell like a funny joke, but it's one of those scenarios where it's when one person says it, no one laughs, and then when another person says it, everybody laughs.
Is your dad the person that says it and everybody laughs?
No, he's the guy who says it, and then whenever other people say it, they hysterically laugh.
Okay, so we're gonna how about we change the direction of this a little
Yes.
bit? And we talk about what's your favorite experience with your dad
Well,
that you can think of?
One time, or going to Arizona together.
That was awesome.
Because it didn't have any of my brothers in it, and it was just us bonding.
It was just you guys in the car and on an airplane and hanging out in Arizona. You did his stories.
Yeah.
And you did such a great job on those stories. I think everybody watching this right now
has probably seen it.
Yeah, and they begged for more. They wanted more for that. I love it. So your dad, he spent that time with you. Can you think of what's another fun memory that you have with your dad?
So last year when we got back from a camp called Camp Champions, he surprised us with go-karts or doom buggies, and we had like a fun time driving them, and he also built a track outside so we can drive on it.
See, that's the thing about your dad. Your dad knows what you guys love to do. He thinks all day long about the things that will make you happy, and he acts on it. He actually got out. I remember seeing videos and pictures of your dad building that track himself. He had someone come over, a neighbor, and they were plowing that track. Do you remember that?
I wasn't there for it.
I got to see videos. I wasn't here for it, but I got to see videos.
Wait, you guys were dating then? I don't know the beginning of your dating history.
I don't know if dating is the right word, but your dad and I were friends at that time. Because I think we had just become friends. I had just come over to film the podcast that never happened. So we had these microphones right here, and we never ended up filming the podcast. Do you know the story?
No, I have no clue about the story.
How I Met Your Dad?
No, I don't know.
So a couple months after the divorce, your mom and dad talked about and they were going through their divorce. Your dad invited me over, he invited me to do a podcast. And so we were gonna podcast about divorce because I had just gone through a divorce. I have Cash and Ruby and Maddox and Marley who had all been through the divorce. And so he had 4 kids, you being one of them, and I had 4 kids that were all experiencing a really hard thing that most of the world experiences called divorce. And so we were gonna film a podcast about it or record one, but when I came over, your dad was sad and he was having a hard time and he cried a little bit, and so we've decided, that's why I asked if you've seen him cry. We decided not to record the podcast, and instead we just talked about divorce and we became friends. That's how your dad and I met. What do you think about that?
Sad. Just sad.
You know, sad, but also don't you think that sometimes the best friends that we find in life come when we're in the middle of the hardest times of our life because they help support us through it?
Yeah, well, one time I was with my friend Tyler, and then I was kind of like, I sat down on this like pile of clothes where his water bottle was. And then I sat down, and the water bottle fell over randomly. And then he came over and hit me with that metal water bottle.
Oh my God.
And then he got in trouble. We both went to he went to the principal's office. I got an ice pack. And the entire way I was crying for, guess why? Guess why?
Because it hurt you? You're like physically hurt you? The water bottle, did it like hurt you?
No, I wasn't crying because of that. I was crying because...
Here, we'll stop that. We can keep going.
I was crying because he was really sad.
Oh.
And it didn't hurt that much.
Yeah.
And I didn't need for him to go to the principal's office. And then when he came back,
you were sad because you thought you made him sad.
Yes.
Ford, you have such a good heart. Your dad's the same. So what happened when you came back from the principal's office?
We sat down, we talked together, and now we're best friends.
Do you see what happened? So your dad and I have been friends for many months now, not super long, but many months. And we've been through some hard times. And you know what's interesting is the hard times that your dad and I have been through, or the little disagreements we've had, every single time when we talk through it and we communicate and we say sorry for maybe what we did wrong and we understand the other person's perspective, do you know what happens?
Do you guys be better friends?
Much better friends. We get stronger and stronger. And I think that goes with everything in life. I think the hardest things that we go through, and I actually remember when that happened with your friend. And I think that's so awesome that you guys are best friends now because you went through something hard.
Also, one time I was being bullied.
Oh.
And that kid wasn't really bullying me. I guess he was just teasing me because he looked up his name on the internet and it said Pebbles. So he got, and then we...
Wait, your name said Pebbles or his name?
His name said Pebbles.
Oh, okay.
So...
Did he get mad that his name said Pebbles on the internet?
No. He was mad because we like took advantage and everybody called him Pebbles.
Got it. I see where this is going. I see where this is going. So it was like a bully because he had his feelings hurt kind of a deal.
Yes.
You know what's interesting? Most bullies out there, actually, did you think the door was opening? Most bullies are bullies because somebody bullied them. Do you know that? Like, have you ever heard the term?
That explains it.
Have you ever heard the term, Ford, hurt people hurt people?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're the one who introduced me to it.
Did I?
Yes.
There's a little Heidi for thought. Oh!
It's never going to be a thing, though.
No, only Ford for thought's going to be a thing. But if you think about it, when someone says something mean to you, or they do something mean, or they say they don't like what you're wearing, or you didn't do a good job shooting that basket, or whatever it is, they're not saying it because they're happy. They're saying it because they're sad and they're hurt. You know how sometimes when you're sad and you're hurt, or like if you and Noah get in a fight, you know, sometimes when you're hurt, what do you want to do back to her?
Fight her.
Yeah, that's what happens. When we're hurt and we're sad, we're hurt and sad to other people, we're mean to other people. So that's one of the best things I like to think when somebody says something hurtful to me or they bully me. I think, man, I wonder what they're going through, because they're probably hurt and that's why they're trying to hurt me.
He told me, and it was because he is now living with his grandparents. Aww. And his parents got divorced. They are total psychos, and yeah. That's what he told me. That's exactly what he told me.
Here's the thing. So you get a picture that's a snapshot of what's going on inside of his home, and that's hard. And as you're an 8-year-old boy that's living through divorce as well, and you have days they can't all be easy, right? It's a hard thing. And sometimes you don't, I remember, I think you might have even said something to me. You were sad or upset and you didn't know what it was. All of us, you're not alone. All of us have things inside that make us sad or upset and we can't figure it out. And so it's so good that you and your friend were able to talk about that. That's a big deal.
And I feel like that kid was sad because he couldn't live with his parents, and his grandparents were like super proper and forced him to be proper all the time.
Yeah. That's tough. That's really tough. And it's so great of you to be able to dig in and ask him what's going on, because you know that there's more there. That's actually one thing that I love about you and Cash being friends. Like, I love you and Cash, and all you guys are the cutest boys, such good hearts. But also I love you both are such deep thinkers, and you guys know how to express your emotion in the best way. And you guys have each other for that. Have you and Cash had conversations about deep things?
No.
I walked in the den when you guys were having a conversation about divorce. Remember that?
Wait, what?
This was one of the first nights you guys met. Remember? You said we're just talking about divorce.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Anything you want to share from that conversation?
Well, my divorce and your divorce were different.
Yeah.
Because my parents didn't fight.
Yeah.
They didn't fight. They were just they just said we were different from then than now. So they just got divorced. And
yeah. And Cash's parents, what did he say?
he said you guys were fighting every day, 24/7.
We were, which I think was really hard for him when we were together. So for him, you know, I think he felt a little bit of relief with us being divorced. But what's so great is this is one of those other hard things. And when we go through hard things, remember what happens when you have a friend and you go through something hard with them. What happens?
You became friends.
Stronger,
Yeah,
stronger friends. And so when you as an individual go through hard things and I as an individual go through hard things, what happens to each of us?
You become better friends.
We become stronger people. Like you are stronger because of what you've had to go through.